were quiet whilst all these other noisemakers were trying to be relevant. Guess what? We were busy consulting, just like what we did during the liberation struggle. We were working with the masses. We were working with the chiefs. We were working with Masugiro, the spirit mediums. And they've told us that war veterans, you put your garment there, sort it out.
Mhuri yeZimbabwe mufaro mukuru kusangana nemi zvekare kwatiri kuita pano paMbire TV patinokupai nhau dzakasiyana-siyana dziri kuitika munyika yedu yeZimbabwe. Nhasi nyaya yatakabata inyaya yevarwi vehondo yerusununguko avo vasimudza zvekare izwi zvisinei nekushungurudzwa kwemumwe wavo vaBlessed Runetsugeza avo pari zvino vari kurarama vakawanda zvichitevera nyaya yekuti vakanga vari kutsvakwa nemapurisa eZimbabwe Republic Police apo vari kutarisana nemhosva dzakati wandei dzavakamutsirwa mushure mekuudza vaMunangagwa kuti nguva yavo yakwana yekuti vachienda kumudyandegere, nekuti vari kutaura kuti pakubva zvavabvuta masimba kuna vaMugabe chasanduka munyika hapana, asi urombo huri kuramba huchienderera mberi. Ndonyaya iri panapa. Naizvozvo bumwe sachigaro wesangano revarwi vehondo yerusununguko vaEthan Matibela avo vakakokera musangano wevatapi venhavo muguta reHarare nezuro vakataura kuti nguva dzose idzi takanga takanyarara tichikonsauta veruzhinji, tichikonsauta midzimu pamwe chete nemadzishe avo vari kutaridza kutitsigira paurongwa hwedu hwekuti tiise puresha kuna vaMunangagwa kuti vasiye basa. Vari kuti vaMunangagwa vanofanirwa kuenda nhasi chaiye nekuti kutaura chokwadi vakundikana. Vatauravo vakazivisa vakati veruzhinji vari kutsigirana nevarwi vehondo yerusununguko avo vavakati imi ndimi makatsigirana nemunhu wenyu, naizvozvo itai kuti mumubvise. Pakataurwa nyaya yeukopokopo kuti vaMunangagwa vatadza kupedza nyaya dzeukopokopo nekubiwa kwezviwanikwa zvenyika. Varwi vehondo yerusununguko ava vakaendererawo mberi vachitaura maererano nekusungwa kwakaita Blessed Mhlanga nekuda kwekuti akapa mukana waBlessed Geza wekuudza nyika zvazviri kufungwa nevarwi vehondo yerusununguko. Ndonyaya iri panapa mhuri yeZimbabwe. Varwi vehondo yerusununguko chimwe chikamu chinotsigirana navaGeza chanyukawo chichitaura mashoko mamwe chete akataurwa naComrade Geza.
I'm here, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of war veterans and members of the public, ordinary people. We were quiet whilst all these other noisemakers were trying to be relevant. Guess what? We were busy consulting, just like what we did during the liberation struggle. We were working with the masses. We were working with the chiefs. We were working with Masugiro, the spirit mediums. And they've told us that war veterans, you put your garment there, sort it out. That is the challenge they have given us. They say, you have put this garment, you sort it out. And very true, we will definitely sort it out. I'm happy that the nation at large, which are the supplicating victims of this crisis. They have said, we will go with you veterans every step of the way. They have told us in no uncertain circumstances that this time around we must lead the onslaught, that the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe must step down immediately. And we are in agreement. We have reasons which we can explain throughout the night until the following morning. I mentioned, among other things, he has failed to address corruption, which is the one that affects ordinary citizens, which affects our economy. He has failed to curb tribalism. He could be the architect. So he has failed to address all these things. We have given him 2 terms, and it would look like he has failed to fulfill that. It doesn't matter how flowery some people will try at any given time, try to portray him as the Messiah. We wouldn't be here today if indeed he was the Messiah. We wouldn't be having a crisis where when people try to air their views, they are locked up. We wouldn't be having a crisis of vanamshikamshik, creating havoc, creating the jungle in places like Copacabana, where there is a health crisis because there's just no order. So those are the things which has really pressured the people who had respected their government to come up with a decision to say, no, Mr. President, you have failed, and as such, you must step down. We put you, we remove you. It's very straightforward, I believe. And I'm speaking on behalf of the majority of citizens who have been pressurizing us for far too long. We just simply wanted to consult enough so that it doesn't become an association initiative. It's everyone's initiative. It affects nurses, it affects doctors, it affects lawyers, it affects the media, the fraternity, it affects any human being who lives in this country. So the challenge is, we realize that one of your journalists carried his constitutional mandate to cover some of our statements, and as we speak, I hear he is incarcerated. As war veterans, we are fully behind the freedom of speech, the freedom of association. Journalism is not a crime, and we are appealing to the authority that they must desist from arraigning journalists just because they are doing their own job. Had they governed this country properly, we wouldn't be having all these noises coming from citizens. Hence the need to address the root cause rather than the symptoms. Because the so-called mischief of journalism is as a consequence of the very root cause. If this government was governing its people, and the people are happy, surely we wouldn't be having these skirmishes. So the onus is with the government. Either it does right or people will not keep quiet. We have reached a point where we can no longer keep quiet. In fact, we will not only speak, but we will also act in order to bring attention to the status quo. Thank you, gentlemen.